As we get older, it's not just how we look that points to how we're aging, it's how well our body functions as a whole. So in today's episode, I'm going to share 5 quick and free tests that give you a real sense of how well your body's aging and where you might need to focus a little more attention. From strength and balance to mobility and memory, these are evidence-based indicators used to predict longevity and quality of life. I'm Clare Johnston, a journalist in my 50s exploring how to age well, look and feel good for longer. So subscribe or follow if you haven't already to keep up with the expert interviews, research and inspirational transformations that I share on this channel. But now, let's take a look at those 5 key tests. So the main thing is, if you find you're struggling with any of these tests, it doesn't mean it's too late. It means you've got a starting point. And my parents are living proof in their 80s that you can turn it around. And if you haven't already, you can watch the transformation for yourself in our series Rebuilding Mum and Dad, which is linked below. And the first test we're going to explore is balance. It's something that's a really good reality check because balance tends to quietly decline as we get older, often without us realizing. That puts us at greater risk of falls, which are the most common cause of injury-related deaths among the over 75s. But falls become increasingly risky as we age due to bone and muscle loss, which we can, of course, address through exercise and strength training. So to test your balance, stand on one leg and just see how long you can hold it unsupported. You can keep a chair nearby if you need to. And if you can manage at least 10 seconds or more on each leg, then that's a good start. Most studies aim for 30 seconds, less than that, and it's probably worth doing a bit of work to build it up. Now, an advanced test, don't attempt it if you're at risk of falling, is to balance on one leg and then close your eyes to see how long you can hold it without your raised foot touching the ground. And if you can hold it even wobbling around, as I do, for more than 10 seconds, then that's a good sign, according to the experts. And balance can be trained anytime, anywhere. Try standing on one leg while you brush your teeth or make a cup of tea. Small daily habits towards building strength and balance can add up. And the most important thing is just to start somewhere. And there are some great home fitness resources out there. And one of my favorites is Get Healthy UTV, sponsors of today's episode. It's an online platform and community offering workouts, health tips, and fitness inspiration, covering all kinds of exercise, including strength training and cardio workouts, yoga, mobility, and more. I love the range of workouts, the energy of the instructors, and how easy the sessions are to follow. And I particularly enjoy the 10-minute yoga and core HIIT sessions from founder Chris Freitag. I love too that even if you just want to get moving in the most simple way, there's classes that help you get your daily steps in while having fun if you've been stuck at your desk and not had an active day. So there really is something for everyone. Viewers can use the QR code on screen to access Get Healthy UTV, or you'll find a link below to get the first year of Get Healthy UTV Premium for only $1.49. This offer is valid for new members only. So this second test is one that I've mentioned before on this channel, and you don't need any fancy equipment for it or anything like that. Just ask yourself, how easy is it to open a tight jar? That's because multiple large studies show better grip strength is linked to lower risk of disease and disability, and weaker grip tends to point in the opposite direction. So if opening bottles and gripping and holding heavy bags in your hands is feeling harder than it used to, that's your body telling you your muscle strength is starting to slip. Now, there are things you can do specifically to improve your grip that will help you get a better handle on things, including using something like a twister bar. And of course, in doing that, we're also working the arm muscles, which is where some of that weakness will be coming from. Poor grip is often a sign of overall muscle loss, not just your hands. When we strength train with something like a barbell, as I do with my parents, grip strength improves naturally because you're holding the bar tightly with every rep. But it's also possible to be strong elsewhere in the body and have poor grip if you're not training your hands in some way or using them often. So we all need to make sure we get a grip in order to be able to function at our best. Now, this third test is also an important one because it's so intrinsic to safety in everyday movement. It's called the sit to stand test, and I have an advanced version and then a test that we can all try, or most of us certainly. And this is going to be another great indicator of strength, flexibility, and balance all rolled into one. So the advanced test, don't attempt this if it's not safe for you. For instance, someone with sore knees, arthritis, poor balance, or another kind of limitation would have difficulty doing this test with little or no assistance. But the idea is to sit on the floor with your legs crossed or straight out, and then stand up without touching the floor with your hands or knees. If you can do that without too much trouble, then that's great evidence of your strength and mobility. And it sounds like a simple challenge, but it's really tough. People who can do this smoothly tend to have stronger legs, better core control, and likely, as a result of that muscle strength, have a lower mortality risk. So I'll link to a Harvard Health article in the description that explains more about the test and shows how you can grade yourself out of 10. So for instance, if you just need to put one hand down, you're only taking 1 point off a perfect 10 score, so you're still in pretty good shape. This is the test I find particularly hard, and it has been an aim of mine for some time to be able to do it without a struggle. So after 10 months of strength training, I can sit to stand without touching the floor, but only if I rock back slightly first to give myself a bit of propulsion. So that's a little bit of a cheat. So as I keep building muscle, I'm aiming to do this easily by the end of the year, and I'll post a short in December if I get there. And if you can't do it just yet, that's okay. Just practice sitting and standing from a chair without using your hands in the first instance, and you can build from there. Sitting to a chair and standing is pretty much a functional squat and one of the best exercises all of us can and should be doing. So this next test is one most of us can try, but again, keep it safe. It's called the 1 minute sit to stand test, which is also going to test the performance of your lungs, cardiovascular system, and skeletal muscles in one go. So place a chair, ideally one without arms, with the back against a wall to ensure it doesn't move around. Set a timer for 1 minute, then sit in the chair with your feet flat on the floor. Put your hands on your hips or fold your arms across your chest. And then you're going to fully stand up from the chair without using your hands or arms for assistance. Sit back down again, and then keep doing that as many times as you can within the 1 minute. And just make sure to count the reps as you go. And as for the results, generally speaking, healthy adults under 40 can typically complete at least 40 stands in 1 minute. Performance declines with age, with around 30 to 40 stands for middle-aged adults on average, and 20 to 30 for those over 70. But ideally, we want to be above the average. And I'm going to link to the results of the large study which used this test so you can see the averages across the different percentiles for your age group. I'm doing okay in this one because at 52 I could do around 47 reps. The study showed that for women in my age group, a healthy average is around 39 sit to stands in 1 minute, but a few in that category were doing above 50, and 60 was the top. So there's something to aim for. And the highest score recorded overall was 74 reps, and that was in the male age 25 to 29 group. The top for women was 70 reps, and that was in the 20 to 24s. So let me know in the comments how you did if you give this a try and you don't mind sharing, and if it's something you're going to work on along with me. How many can we get to? You can definitely tell that that one was my favorite test. And for the fifth and final test, we're checking in on the brain. A quick and easy way to do this is with a short word recall test. So write down 10 random words like apple, chair, candle, dishwasher. Look at them for 10 seconds, then distract yourself by counting backwards or naming animals for half a minute. Then try to recall as many words from your list as you can. If you can remember 7 or more, the experts reckon you're doing well. I got 9 on my list. I tried to sort of visualize them as I remembered them, and that helped. If you got less than 7, don't panic, because like muscles, your brain can get sharper with use. Learning something new, doing puzzles, reading, socializing, and staying active are all recommendations to help keep those neural connections firing. So each of these little tests gives you a snapshot of where you are right now physically and mentally. And the goal isn't perfection, it's progress. Because the moment you start paying attention to how well you're aging physically, you can start improving. And all of the things I've mentioned today can, of course, be improved through building muscle. That's what's really the foundation of healthy aging, head to toe. And I hope our content is encouraging you to get stronger along with us. So I'm looking forward to hearing your thoughts in the comments. And if you want to make sure you don't miss out on latest episodes and articles from me, you'll find a link below to sign up to my newsletter, where I share links to all the content I publish around how to age well. But for now, thank you so much for being here today.